Yes, thank you again for coming back to my podcast. I surely appreciate y'all that are sharing, they're downloading, enjoying this, and hopefully learning a new way of thinking about how this world is working, not really for us, but really against us. And the topic right now is the mass media and how the mass media for the last, I would say at least the last 70, 80 years, has really honed their skills into controlling the populations of the world, controlling who you vote for, controlling the way you think, controlling the way you hear things, controlling the way you see your world around you. And they have become very, very, very good at it. You know, many, many years ago, before probably any of us was around, the news, the media were only to report the facts of a story. The facts. That's it. That's all they wanted to do was report the facts of a story. They wanted to make sure that when they released a story, that they had all their facts together, that they had all their understanding of a certain topic together to present it to the masses. But those days have forever been changed. Probably more, I would say so, during the 1980s, again in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s was when it really broke out, because that's when you started getting all these mass media companies buying up all the national stations, they just kept conjoining into these big empires that we see today, which is Fox News, CNN, NBC, ABC. All these now are all influxed into many different compartments, but at the same time, they're like a spear. So if you look at the spear, you have all these, and they're building a story, and they're going to shoot it out towards the mass population. And when it goes out, it's such a big arrow that it's going to destroy half the population. It's going to destroy half the population because it's such a deceptive, useful little tool that every time they shoot a big story out, it destroys people because they get their minds off of what is going on, what is truly matters in the world, and it's destroying the hearts and minds of the people. And that is the purpose of it. It is destroy the hope. It is destroy your purpose. It is to destroy the mass population as much as can be destroyed. And they're no longer preaching truth. They're no longer preaching facts. And that's on every station. That isn't just on CNN. That's on Fox. That's on every station in pretty much the world. They are, I will say, I've seen a select few mass media news agencies that are in certain other countries, but in America itself, America has been totally decimated. Their journalism is so deceptive, so evil, so credulous against its own people that it is being used as the biggest tool against the American Western society, and pretty much Canada being the same way. We are now seeing lies being perpetrated on TV on a nightly basis. We have liars in places of power, people that are lying to the American people every single moment of the day. It doesn't matter if it's the biggest case in the world, like the Chauvin trial. It doesn't matter if it's the littlest thing within a local deal. It is all lies, deception. They are no longer lovers of truth, but lovers of lies and deception. And that's all they're preaching is lies and deception. And not only that, they don't care about the American, even though they look, they seem, and they act like they care. They have no care in the world for a black, a white, Hispanic, Asian. They do not care. It is all about them, and what they perpetrate is truth. They try to say that they care, but they do not. The old way of looking at news, and if you get your news from these media sites like Fox and all these big conglomerates, just go ahead and know that you're just listening to lie after lie after lie. These people are the most scandalous, most naive dummies you could ever listen to. If you want to be the biggest dummy, listen to these people, because they are the biggest dummies in the world. And they're getting played because they think, oh, this is just my job. I can say lies and get away with it. It's just my job. That's my job. But I'm going to tell you something. People are getting so awake, not woke, but awake to the fact of these liars. These treasonous, they are treasonous. This mass media destructive power is so corrupt to the point where people are not, they're not even on television. The only reason they're on television is because the government gives all these agencies, because the government is the body of what is the arrows being shot from. The government gives out the stories that it wants the country to relay, and the country relays it because there's no accountability no more, and lies can be taught, and they're teaching our young ones to lie. They're teaching your you think your girls and your sons and your daughters are going to these colleges and being taught to be a journalist that tells truth. No, they're being taught to tell lies. They're being taught to how to deceive the nation that you so say you proudly love, but you're sending your daughters and your sons to be the voice of lies. The voice of lies and deceit and deception. And they are using the weapon of mass destruction that makes the nuclear bomb look like nothing but a little powder cake, because the simple fact is that they're prevailing this message around the world. The messages that go out from America and then goes out to the rest of the world is controlling the rest of the world. The media in America has become so evasive in what it tells and what it shows as truth. Nothing in it is factual. Nothing. There is nothing. And us that keeps listening to these lies, quit it. Cut these damn TVs off. Get out there and figure out what is really going on in the world, because you will never know what's going on until you get out there for yourself. We definitely are in a very wicked time within not only a nation, but also within the world itself. We are under heavy, wicked people. We are under a heavy hand of wickedness within this nation that makes it okay to lie, steal, kill, and destroy just to get a message out there. And it's so bad now that, even in the stock market, the mass media will tell you need to buy this, just to make something go way up in the air. And then after it goes way up in the air, then they just sell it all, and then you're stuck with it. and then you're losing money while they made all their money and they're gone. The mass media has learned to manipulate the Western society to a T. They are manipulating it in so many forms. No wonder China doesn't want to hear anything coming from our country, because they know what our country is. It's a bunch of liars. It's a bunch of people listening to lies. It's a bunch of people listening to half-truths of a story just to get their point across without getting the true point of the message that was received when it first came out. And many are doing worse than others. Obviously we all should know that CNN, MSN is nothing but a liar. They're nothing but liars, deceivers. They are totally destructive to American society and culture. They provide the culture. They are warring against the things you love, America, the things you really appreciate. They hate love. They hate compassion. They hate Christians. They hate real Christians. They don't hate the church, because the church is very prevalent within their messages now. The churches have totally gone asleep. They're asleep, and they're thinking that, nobody hates them, that the world's fine, that, they're not gonna, nothing's wrong. Oh, there's a lot wrong. And they're not preaching it. So obviously, if they're not preaching it, it's not very important to the churches anymore about Americans. It's never been important for them. The only thing that's important for them is to say, oh, just pray about it and go. But, I serve the God of David, Joshua, and all those went to battle when times of wickedness came around. This culture, this society is not about doing that. It's about just sucking it up, taking all the lies in, and never saying nothing about it. We do not realize how bad the media itself hates Americans. We do not realize how bad the government hates Americans. We do not realize how bad the ones that we send our little ones to every day to school hate Americans. The teacher you're sending your daughter to on Monday is the teacher that on Friday, Saturday, she was getting gangbanged by 40 other people, getting destroyed at a nightclub, and then comes in on Monday and then teaches your kid to hate you because of her sinful way of living. She hates everything about you. She smiles in your face like the most deceptive person, but in reality, that is the deception that is going on within mass media, within mass culture, within the school systems, within the colleges, within every rampant part of government. We are looking at the most evil, prevalent people in American society is in the highest places of power. And when are we going to realize that sending our daughters and our sons there is not the right decision? You have to be ready to say no. And then you have to be ready to say hell no. And then you have to be ready to say, if you keep on, I'm coming for you. When are we going to say we are going to come for your heads, for your lies, America? When are we going to wake up to the fact that mass media is totally destroying our society, our cultures, our history, our daughters, our sons, our families? When are we going to decide to pick up and get up and quit listening and quit acting like we are a part of this crazy, common senseless society that is perpetuating every lie so that they can live the sinful, immoral, bigoted lies that they're living. Because that's exactly what is happening here. We are living in a moment that we should not be living in. We are living in a truth that is perpetuated as a truth, but nothing about it is truth. It is all lies, deception. And you're not even studying up on the people that are teaching your sons and daughters. You're not studying up on what these companies are really trying to do to your society, to your culture. Destroy it is what they're trying to do. And their plan is to destroy you. Go look at what movies. There was a movie a couple of nights ago I watched. It was a Chuck Norris movie. Yes, I just seen it on. But you know what? I think everything happens for a reason. And I seen on that movie where these communist people come into the country and they start blowing up houses. On Christmas Eve, blowing up houses. Boom, 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 boom. That is what we're living with, people. That is what they really want to do to us. But see, they're doing it we're in a silent, hostile takeover of your rights, of your culture, of your society. Everything that had any image of God is being taken down, and then a false thing is being predicated up in our cities, on our steps of our judicial systems. The first thing you should see when you walk into a judicial place is the 10 Commandments. Come on, people. Common sense would tell you that the 10 Commandments is the basis of all society. Without 10 Commandments, what do you have? Lawlessness. And see, the lawyers, the judges, they are evil. I don't care what they look like. I don't care what they talk like. They are evil if they don't commend themselves to the 10 Commandments. Even we've had 10 Commandments sitting on every state capital for over 100 years. If there was nothing else you've seen when you walk by a Capitol building or a judicial building, was the 10 Commandments. Now we have lawless people in our societies, on the highest places, on our court systems, doing the most prevalent, destructive stuff in the whole entire nation. And that's not just in America, that's in all these places. That we are living in a tyrannical government that is using its mass media power to destroy the lives and the futures of our young ones by making them accept the unacceptable, make them tolerant of the intolerance, making them believe a lie over truth, making them be doubters of what is good, being doubters of what. And we allow these kids, they're growing up, they don't have no value system, because we are allowing our mass media to strip every part of our value system and throw it to the wayside. We are taking off the cloak of God. Do you understand what is happening, people? The cloak of God that was put on our shoulders and carried for decades and decades and hundreds of years is now being totally decimated and burned. They are taking that cloak that was given to us to signify our love for the real God and for country and everything, is now being totally destroyed by mass media. Mass media is saying, don't believe in God. Mass media is saying, let your daughters act like whores. Mass media is saying, don't worry about your son's sexual addiction. It's just a part of life. But it's not. None of this is not a part of nobody's life. This is a part of wickedness. This is a part of a nation where you have to understand that the people that are in power are totally wicked. They are living the most immoral and wicked lives that you could possibly imagine. And they want your daughters, your sons to live the same wicked life. And you say, well, my daughter and son has went to church all their life. There's no way. They're anchored. No, they're not. Because then you sell them away and they find a new anchor. And then they anchor it down into wickedness. And it just gets further and further into wickedness. Because college is nothing but teaching deceptive mannerisms so that they can go out and just teach deception to all those. Because the people in these powerful places, I'm telling you, are living immoral. They don't want Christianity in the colleges. They don't want truth in the colleges because truth convicts them that they are sinners, convicts them that they are liars, convicts them that they're deceiving mass amounts of people. They have lived their life. You have to understand these people have lived lives of deception for so long that they don't want to hear nothing but lies. And they don't want to hear nothing bad about what they've been doing. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. You think, my son, my daughter, they have to survive. Believe me, we've been surviving for millions of years without colleges and everything else. College is not the most important thing. Isn't your daughter's son? And see, most of the parents, they don't care. Because guess what? The mass media has taught them back 50 years ago when they took Bibles out of school. It taught a whole generation of people that the Bible is no longer important. The Bible is no longer a part of this society. And we've accepted it for over 50 years. And we wonder why our kids are dying faster than blacks are dying by cops. Our youth are dying because they don't have a faith in anything. They don't have a value in anything. They're useless. People don't understand that how this society has made a generation of young ones so useless. So useless. They have no backbone whatsoever, nor did they want them to have a backbone because you can't destroy a strong back person. It's like trying to, take out a football player lineman, defensive lineman. You cannot take out a defensive lineman if he has a strong back, but they've produced a generation of kids that their mothers and their fathers said, just accept it, son. Just accept it, little one. Just accept it. And see, not only that, the daddy, guess what he done? He accepted it. Guess what the mama done? She accepted it. What did the grandmama do? She accepted it. What did the granddad do? He accepted it. We are accepting these lying, conniving, no good, might as well call them communists, but they're further from communists. They're wicked. They are wicked to the core. The mass media is wicked to the core. They talk many points on television just to make you feel like they're on your side, but they have no side to any story they preach. They're just there to preach the story. They don't care that it's a lie. They don't care if it's the truth. They don't care nothing. Most of them just want to be on TV. Most of them just want to be a star. They're just like, they're not motivated by the story they're talking about. They're motivated by money and power and people recognizing them on the streets. They're just like the people back in Jesus' time. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, they just wanted to be seen. They just wanted to wear nice clothes. They just wanted to look pretty on television. And then look pretty and all this, and then later on at night, fornicate with each other for hours on end, doing all kinds of things. If you don't think these people aren't doing cocaine, if you think these people aren't doing drugs, if you think these people can lie, connive, and everything else and not live an immoral life, you're crazy. They go and they fornicate on a daily basis with each other. They're in the most worst, they're in the darkest hole that you can imagine. They look pretty on television, but in reality, they are wolves. They are wolves in sheep's clothing. They look nice. They look innocent, but they're not. These people are killers. These people are destroyers of reality. They are destroyers of nations. They have been brought up to be the most destructive power on the world is mass media. Mass media is destroying the world. It is not just destroying nations, it's destroying the world. It is destroying the heart of people. It is destroying the mental capacity of people. It is destroying the whole entire human element is being destroyed by mass media. You have to understand this. This is why I keep saying it over and over again, because this is the reality that you're living in. The reality is if you do not get out of this stuff, if you don't stop listening to this stuff, if you don't start making your own common sense about things, come back to your common sense. If anything, come back to your common sense. Quit taking these lies in and making sense out of senseless things, out of senseless ways of thought. Because that's all it is a senseless way of thinking about things. It has no common sense, it has no value, and it's destructive. And if you accept it, then you will be destroyed. Your family will be destroyed if you believe everything that these deceptive, traitorous, no goods, they're backsliders that try to destroy everything that this nation was created for, which was to be an image of God and a God bearer, an armor bearer of God to the nations. And we was that for almost 200 years. We showed the whole entire world that men can come together with God, not without God, with God. Men and women, race and color and creed can come together under God, but they can't come together under wickedness, under uncaring, thoughtless, liars, connivers, destructive entities. These people are taken over. They are deceived beyond their own understanding on how bad they are in hell. They don't even understand how bad they're in hell right now. They have more than just their feet in hell, because not only are they lying to themselves, they're lying to the American people on a daily basis. And like I said, you know as well as I do, people that live like that have to, because it's common sense, have to live in a life of taking pills, in a life of drinking alcohol, in a life of debauchery, because that is the only way to get through their day, is to do those things, because they know that they are spreading the worst lies imaginable to not only the nation, but to the countries around the world. And Russia, China know this, and like I said, that's why they keep us out of their country. They keep us out of their internet. They keep us out. They do not want our evil provokingness to come to them, because they know we are liars. We are liars. They are as well in their own right, but they're not going to let us bring in our lies about them, just as well as they're not going to allow their lies about us to get out. And we're in a terrible time, people. We're in the worst time in human history, because we are not facing people. We are facing demonic. Let me let you know that there is a demonic spirit in all these people. Demonic, I say. And I mean wicked. You do not understand the wickedness of these people's hearts and minds. They think day and night on nothing but evil. They do nothing but evil. Everything they do, God turns to evil because they are evil. And anything they do good will be turned to bad because of the simple fact of what they're doing to the American people, to society. God created the society. God creates culture. He doesn't destroy it. And see, that's what they've done. They've destroyed white culture. They've destroyed black culture. They're destroying Mexican culture. They're destroying any racial divide you can think of. They're destroying it. They're telling people, oh, it don't matter if you're black or white. It don't matter. It all matters. Everything matters. Common sense, people, it all damn matters. Everything around you matters. How you walk matters. If you walk the wrong way, guess what? You might fall. If you talk the wrong way, you might you might slip up and say something that nobody should hear. If you listen wrong, you might not get all the information. So everything matters. Everything matters. And when they tell you it doesn't matter, tell them to go screw themselves, because it does matter. Everything matters. The mass media right now is telling everybody this. But you know what? It don't matter to them. It don't matter to them. They don't care. They're going to live their life. Whether your whole entire life is screwed up because of them, they're still going to live a good life. Quit listening to them. Quit even trying to understand them, because they're senseless. They make one story up one day and then destroy it the next. They have no idea what they're doing, except they are there to do one thing and one thing only. Yes, these people are not pulling the strings. You're right. They're being told what to say, when to say it, how to say it, and when not to say it. Many people right now are being told, and we have a bunch of followers. That's another thing. We have a bunch of followers following the mass media of destruction. Following this mass media and destruction into it's like running towards an atom bomb. Every time an atom bomb goes off, you run towards it. Why run towards an atom bomb every time it goes off? You're just going to die. You're just going to perish, just like everybody that runs to this stuff is perishing. Everybody that's running to this mass media is perishing. They're perishing every day. Many will hear a story today that will just put them in a world of hurt, and they'll go off and have a mental breakdown and be destroyed. Many are being destroyed. We have to understand it is time to walk away from this mass media of destruction. It is time to walk away. It is time to quit listening to their lies. Quit looking at their videos that are full of lies and deceit, showing all these people fighting when in reality they've been brought there and paid to look like they're fighting each other and look like they're a big rally and all this stuff. All these people are bought and paid. This nation is being bought and paid by the mass media to appropriate lies to a story that won't even matter tomorrow, because they'll destroy it. As soon as they build it up, they destroy it. I just want you to know that many people out here, it's taken me a long time to realize that it doesn't matter. Fox News, CNN, it don't matter. They're all in together. They're all making millions and billions and trillions of dollars off of you listening to their lies. They do not care about you. They don't care about Americans. They are the enemy. Mass media is the destruction of you, your family, and your way of life. If you listen to them, if you try to even think like they think, you will be deceived, and the deception will grow and grow until you have doubt in everything that you had value in. Quit hating your parents because Fox News and CNN tells you to. Quit thinking everything they say you need to do, because you don't. They are sorry. They are, like I said, they are liars. They are liars of faith. Be the faithful in God. Be the faithful to tell the truth. Be the faithful that steps away when people try to indoctrinate you and propagate you with all this. Step away, step out of it, get out of it. Do not listen to it. Turn your TVs off, cut your power off, cut your cable off. It's not worth listening to. Everything. The shows now are totally mass media fed shows. They want to show a nation of degenerates. They want to show a family that accepts all kinds of perversion. They want to show a family that accepts all kinds of wickedness. They want to show a family that's not even close to the American families because they want to destroy the American families. They hate the American family. They hate Christmas. They hate anything that America has stood for over 50, 60, 70 years. Cancel culture, which I'll be coming up with the next topic on that. That is what they're wanting to do. They're wanting to cancel everything out. They want to rewrite a new history. They want you to accept new ideas and new ways of thinking. And guess what? Quit being open-mindedness. Open-minded to what? To lies? Open-minded to what? To deception? Open-minded to what? To destruction? Open-minded. What? What are you talking about, open-minded? Quit being open-minded. You better narrow that mind down and get back to God, get back to what He's telling and what He's saying, because He's telling you the truth. That all these people are nothing but destroyers of His people. And who's His people? Pretty much everyone. Pretty much everyone. We've all been created by Him. So I'm just telling you, it is time to get off of this mass media, new age weapon of mass destruction. We need to get away from it. They are nothing but purveyors of truth, and they will hide the truth. You will never get the truth out of them because they don't want you to see the truth. They want you to see lies after lie after lie. And you will never learn nothing from these people. These people are just conjuring up lies and lies to go across this world and bring it all under a deceptive, demonic power. So please, I ask and beg that y'all would just listen to this message. I hope y'all enjoyed this message. I hope you will adhere to some of it. I know a lot of it, you might be like, oh man, he's just a little bit off. But I'm just telling you, the truth is we got to start standing for truth. We've got to start standing for truth. Quit allowing these lies that the 10 Commandments shouldn't be on the state capitol. They should be. They should be. Quit saying that, we shouldn't be forcing people to adhere to the commandments of the Bible, that they shouldn't live a life to the Bible. They should be. If you want to live in America, you want to live with common sense, you want to have common sense, you want your families to be good, then you better be forcing people to live the right way, because if not, they're gonna continue living the wrong way, and they're gonna pull your family, your daughters, your sons are just gonna be a part of its destruction. Let's don't run towards the atom bomb. Let's run back towards God. Get back under God's flock. Get back into God's arms of grace and mercy that they hate so much. They don't want you under His mercy. They don't want you under His grace, because they are liars and deceivers, and they want you to be deceived. They don't want you to have any truth in you. Jesus said there was no truth found in them. You don't want to be that person that no truth is found in you. If you want truth, go to Jesus. Run back to Jesus. I thank y'all again. Thank you for spreading this message. I hope that y'all enjoy, and I'll be coming with another one here soon. Thank you. Y'all have a great day. God bless.